What's up, guys? This is the Broke Executive, and I'm here today to talk about why I do dividend investing, what that means, and how I use it to excel my portfolio to the next level, even in my sleep, and what that means for such a small value to be able to grow over time until eventually it becomes autonomous. I don't even have to think about my investments and how they earn money for me. It happens completely in my sleep. Dividend growth investing is a strategy that young and old investors alike are able to use to collect dividends and use that to create a passive form of income that can work for you and with you to help exponentially grow your portfolio's value over time. This can be something starting with $100, $4,500, or $4 million. It doesn't have a specific number in terms of dollar value that you need. You can do it with one single share of a company, and you can grow that dividend over time. And as your dividends are being paid out to you, you can then take that money and buy additional shares of your companies or company and allow it to help propel your portfolio higher and higher up to that next level. As your portfolio grows, this snowballing effect of the dividend reinvesting will cause your dividends to exceed the amount of contributions you are putting into the account over time, until eventually it becomes almost autonomous in your portfolio growing over time. By growing your account over time, you are creating a secondary form of income, and this income can be complementary or even supplementary to the amount you are putting in. That's why I say it can become completely autonomous. It's something that once it's going, it will keep going, and that's where that kind of snowball factor comes in. So I can actually show you through a quick Calvin and Hobbes comic once I get myself off the screen. So you can see here, Kelvin rolls up a snowball, tosses it down a hill. Over time, that snowball grows and grows till eventually it's the size of Susie, and it's able to completely knock her over. So this little concept here, I can go further in depth on why it grows and grows over time. This snowball effect within the comic that I was showing you guys is something that is known in the investing world, and I can explain why at the end of the video. Just where we got that snowball kind of name, as well as go a little more in depth about that comic and kind of help explain what exactly was going on there and how a children's comic helped me understand what dividend investing was and how it could help me in the future. I use a dividend reinvestment plan, or DRIP investing, as a way to help grow my portfolio faster than inflation, and over the long term I can oftentimes outpace the market in certain times. So I have a chart that I can put up on the screen in just 1 second that will show you exactly how $100 invested in 1972 has grown over the years, and at the year of 2013 what it would be worth with various forms of dividend investing. So you can see this is a chart of the S&P 500 index of only dividend growth investing. So of the top 500 companies in the United States, this is the ones that pay a dividend over and have since 1972. Now, I'm not saying they all have, because you can see that orange line down at the bottom is the dividend cutters. Those are the ones who had either stopped or reduced the amount of dividends they paid. And that shows just kind of how market uncertainty in companies could potentially fail. So there is still a risk factor involved with this type of investing. However, I am focusing, and I focus my portfolio over the purple line, which you can see far outpaces the rest, and your $100 actually turns into almost $6,000 over a 60-year period. 40 years, I know how to do math. I'm an engineering student. Now, most investing strategies will put you somewhere between the yellow and blue lines. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just shows that the power of dividend growth can excel your portfolio in a way that most other investing strategies will not be able to do. As you can see, using stocks that exclusively do not have dividends, you're almost hindering your progress. And I'm sure you're thinking, well, there are plenty of companies that do not pay dividends that have far exceeded the growth of the market. You can name Google or Amazon, Tesla in particular. That one's been very exciting over the past couple of years, and especially as of late. So if we look right here at Tesla's chart, you can see this is just over the past year. Tesla has experienced over 700% growth. You could have started with about a $200 investment and now be at $1,800. Now, this is over the past year, not over the past 60 years. We do not know if Tesla will be able to continue this path, and that's why there's the associated risk factor, as well as if we knew Tesla was going to be growing 700% year over year, every year consistently for 60 years, then by all means, I would only be buying Tesla stock because that was a almost guaranteed return. However, due to the risk of Tesla potentially going down, as you can see, it's happened before. Granted, it's always gone back up, luckily, but I cannot make a guarantee that it will continue that process, and I'd like to remove that risk of companies potentially going down over time. Looking back at this chart, you can see that just because a company does well in the short term doesn't exactly mean they do well in the long term. They could potentially drop in value. Tesla could go back down to 300. Any company could stop paying dividends, and that will hinder your progress. And that's why owning lots of companies paying lots of dividends is really helpful in the process. So trying to mimic and follow this purple line, I'm constantly putting money into the market, and as a result, I'm able to help grow my portfolio and grow the amount of dividends I'm getting month by month, year by year. So if we flip over to this page, you can see it is all of the dividends I've gotten in 2020. They're all laid out over here, as well as right above me. You can see right around September of 2019 is when I got serious about my investing and started trying to focus on dividends. That's why I only received a little over $14, $15 in dividends. And you can see right above me this value of about $50 is, how much I've been paid thus far in 7.5 months. Now, if you are going to pause the video and try to add up all these totals, I will admit it's about $6.50 off. That is because I had a different account that was paying dividends as well. I've since closed that account and moved the money over to Robinhood. That way it's a little more consistent and I don't have to worry about multiple accounts paying dividends and trying to tally all that, as well as I now have the control and the knowledge of knowing that all of my money was in one place. So that's why the discrepancy is there. And you can see over time I've started adding companies in. That's why dollar value starts showing up. As well as you may notice, Delta Airlines is up there. I have one dividend payment. They have since cut their dividends, so I'll be able to talk more about that in another video. So make sure you like this one and subscribe if you want to find out why I bought Delta at the time I did and why it's currently a bad investment, and I'm stuck just kind of holding on to it, waiting to get my money back, hopefully in the future. That said, obviously this is a sign that I'm not perfect, the market's not perfect. This is something that you constantly have to watch and adjust for. At the time that I bought Delta, I was very confident in it. Since then, I still feel the company is a good company that will ultimately get back to the prices they were before. Unfortunately, due to the whole thing, they're not performing nearly as they should, especially due to the limited travel that is currently happening. However, you can see over time I've been adding companies in, and you can see their payments start showing up. You can see some companies pay every month, some companies pay every 3 months. A company that doesn't follow one of those two kind of standard practices is Disney. They are in there. I do not currently own any Disney stock, and that is just because I haven't bought it yet. I would like to get into Disney. I'm just waiting till the right time. So getting back to this snowball concept and how it applies to investing and why I showed this comic right here. The point of it is you start small. I only started with one dividend paying company. That'd be like Calvin rolling up a snowball with his bare hands. Well, mittened hands, but you understand what I'm saying. And then from there, he started the ball rolling. He likely had to push the snowball a little bit to get it going. But after that push, the hill kicks in, and he's able to then let gravity do the work. That's essentially letting your dividends do the work. And it's going to keep rolling and rolling and rolling, picking up more snow, which the snow represents your dividend payments. The more payments happen, and the more money that goes into the snowball, the bigger it's going to get, till eventually it's so big it's able to roll down the hill on its own, and it's very hard to stop. This is a process that once it is rolling and once it is continuing to roll, it cannot be stopped unless you take your money out or you sell your stocks, or something ultimately tragic happens in the stock market and all companies across the board just immediately stop paying dividends. That said, it's unlikely to happen. However, you can see as the ball rolls kind of how it takes over, and ultimately it takes human intervention to stop that snowball. But here's just another visual with some words on it. Feel free to take a screenshot, look at this, check it out. You can see on the bottom of this image, it says the ideal investment strategy should reach a stage where its returns purchase new units of investment. The whole investment grows on its own accord without further input. That's really what I was talking about with the dividend investing and how it's able to compound itself and excel itself forwards, because you are receiving payments in such a way that you no longer need to consider how much money you are making, and how much money you are investing, because ultimately the amount of investments going into the account does not matter, because the amount of dividends is so fastly moving that it's something that you just can't live and grow your portfolio without at that point. Alright guys, that's about all I have for you about why I chose dividend investing, how I use it within my portfolio, and some of the growth that I've been able to show. Obviously, you can see right behind me, I have my 1 year growth. You can see exactly where the whole mask wearing thing kicks in and how my account has grown since then. Obviously, I've been putting money in, and you can see that I am positive over the past 12 months. Right around here-ish is when I got serious about my investments and bought my first dividend paying stock and have since owned it. So we're looking at about 1 year of dividend investing, like I've said. And I just wanted to let you guys know that this is something you start small on. At the time of this investment right around here, my account was only worth about $80, $90, and I only had $50 within that one share. I've since reorganized, gotten rid of the old investments, and now I'm focusing completely on my dividend paying stocks. And you should know enough at this point to be able to get your own, to pack your own snowball and get it rolling. If you'd like to do that, you can sign up for Robinhood, get 1 free stock when you sign up. You can sign up for Weevil and get 2 free stocks when you fund your account up to, with $100. That second free stock can be worth up to $1,400, and that would be a great way to start your snowball larger than I started mine. As well as, if you have any more comments, you want to let me know the size of your current snowball, you can let me know down below, or you could hop over to the Broke Executive subreddit, which will also be linked in the description, and just let me know what the size of your snowball is and how you are growing your account over time. Obviously, dividend investing is not the only way to invest. I'm curious what you guys are up to with your own money, as well as if you would like to see more of this and for me to go more in depth about certain purchases, why I have certain companies, let me know. As well as down in the comments, make sure to let me know how you found this video, if I sent you a link, if I posted it on Twitter, Instagram, or you just happen to stumble across me. Be sure to let me know. And with that, I'll just ask you one more time to like and subscribe. That way I know you guys are enjoying this content and I can keep creating this content for you guys. Obviously, I'm still new at this. If you'd like to see the setup and how you can see my portfolio value over time, it will change, it will grow. That, I just want to say I will see you executives in the next video.